we already had perspective from Kirstin Punu, sort of the next generation. And I wanted to go now to Brandon over in Waimanalo, who actually participated in our summit, and he was part of the last panel back in early February about sort of what the next generation is looking for. Brandon, if you actually wanted to comment or ask questions, that'd be great.
Yeah, aloha Ian, aloha everyone. You know, I had just one fundamental question that I think if we're talking about building a just economy into the future for Hawaii, I just like to get everybody's perspective on how do investors and even policymakers and politicians, what role do you folks play in the acknowledgement of the illegal overthrow and the trouncing of Hawaiian rights by both investors and state government play in building a just economy? And I just like to play out this scenario and give this analogy because, you know, we have an opportunity to rebuild a really, truly just economy. If we're gonna build an economy and build it on the shaky foundation that it was already built on the illegalities of what it was already built on, then we're gonna get into the same issues and same problems down the line. You know, say you had this beautiful house, but it was built on really shitty foundation and a hurricane just came through and blew the whole thing away. Now, would it be wise to rebuild your house on that same foundation without addressing it? When it is open to it be addressed, when there's nothing to lose, when you can rebuild a new economy. What role does an investor play in helping to perpetuate that? Because as part of the Hawaiian community, we are constantly battling both investors and state governments to acknowledge the rights that have already been acknowledged by US Public Law 103-150, the US Apology Law. And so it's really difficult sometimes for us as Hawaiians to always constantly be battling two entities at the same time. It's great when people like Shane Sinesi and Linda Coit get into office because they bring our perspective into the building and they help to push forward those acknowledgements. But we kind of depend on elections to constantly, every 4 years, having to battle these things. So I think it is on the new investors and the new people that want to come in with this ESG model to actually step up and become champions of the community, rather than just, okay, you know, we acknowledge the community, we like the Hawaiian rights and everything, but as soon as we get the permission to proceed, we just barrel through. It cannot be like that anymore, because we'll get into the problem of what we're looking at right now, which is plantation style economy. And so I just wanted to throw that out there as part of my comments and questions.